But let's get into this Jaden Ivey situation, man. There's a lot to unpack here, man. The Chicago Bulls have waived former Detroit Piston guard Jaden Ivey following videos he posted where his rants about religion and other topics led to him calling out the NBA for celebrating Pride Month. The Bulls announced the move this past Monday, March 30th, saying it was due to conduct detrimental to the team. Ivey has since posted several live videos refuting that claim and flatly claiming the Bulls are, quote, lying, unquote. He claims he was a good teammate and he has been doing what was required of him for his job by being in the gym and rehabbing. He's hosted several live streams recently where he's gone on lengthy tangents about religion and made inflammatory remarks, including calling Catholicism a, quote, false religion, unquote. Ivey's season was shut down last Thursday as he continues to deal with knee pain. Does Jaden Ivey have the right to espouse his views no matter how unorthodox they are, or does he have a responsibility to guard the public image of his organization and league that depend on that public to consume and engage with its product? What say the people's champ?
Yeah, because, I mean, at the end of the day, he's still an employee.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not your own boss, you're going to have to follow somebody's rules if you want to stay employed there.
Amen to that. Yeah, I mean, listen, I would never tell a young man to set aside his convictions under any circumstances, even if I don't fully agree with them. However, when you have a job that is in the public eye, you have to be calculated about the way that you present your individual thoughts and ideas. Mm-hmm. When you're young and you're learning about something life-affirming, it is definitely natural to want to share that information with the world, but not to be cliche. It's not what you do, but it's how you do it. Criticizing your employer for their partnerships is unnecessary, even if you take issue with the partnerships from a moral standpoint. Taking issue with how other people choose to live or how they choose to practice their faith, even if you have very strong personal convictions, is misguided. Maturity is spending the vast majority of your time working on and worrying about your own issues and very little time attempting to fix the world's. Jaden has zero ability to control the NBA's business dealings, therefore being critical is a zero-sum game. His concentration should be placed on getting healthy, being a good teammate, and being a model employee. Now, my instincts tell me that he will recover from this. There have been far more objectionable things done and said by NBA players to and about people and groups. I believe that Jaden is talented enough to still be viable in the NBA, and I believe the world is still forgiving enough for people to receive second chances. But he needs to be quiet, seek counsel, get healthy, both mentally and physically. Also, he needs to come to a greater understanding about Christianity. If he is to be a follower of Christ, there's very important lessons to be learned about how to bring people into the kingdom, not to make this a conversation about faith and religion. But the short story is seldomly do you do so with judgment. Typically, it's most effectively done with love. And that's that, man. We praying for Jaden Ivey, man. I'm hoping to see him get back healthy, again, mentally and physically, man. Hoping to see him back in the league.
Yes, indeed.
And playing, because I think that there's more going on there than we could possibly adjudicate here. But what you got, nephew?
I want to do this without playing armchair doctor.
Yeah, right. I got you. Yeah. I'm trying to be diplomatic as well, but yes, I got you. But go ahead, man.
And you hear some of the reports, like for example the day before they shut him down, where he told
the GM,
the head of player performance, that Jesus healed his knee and he was ready to play, and how he was acting with reporters when he was asking them,
have you fornicated before marriage?
Like if they've been saved and if they've been fornicated before marriage. So there's two things I want to say about the situation.
Yeah, I got you.
The first one is, yes, you have the right to say however you feel. that's what's great about this country. We have the freedom of speech.
You're right.
You also have to be willing to take the consequences of what comes after that.
That part.
Yep.
And then secondly, and this is after, and I want to give them their credit. Shout out to the Pinpoint Podcast because that literally just came across my feed randomly last night, and I was like, "Oh, I need this. Let's see what's going on. I want to actually hear what's going on." And it sounds like, and I'm as a 34-year-old, it sounds crazy to say a young man, but it sounds like a young man who is going through finding his faith.
Yep.
And I think it's a lot more faith-based than people are making it out to be.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Because
go ahead.
And the thing that makes me think of, and the thing I want to, and it's not similar, it's similar but not all the way similar. It's like if social media was around back in the day when George Foreman stopped boxing and became a preacher.
Yeah.
People probably would have said, he's going through something. He's having a mental health breakdown or whatnot, when he just had found his faith. And at that point in his time, in his life, he was just more stronger to his faith than boxing was. And to me, a lot of and again, I do not want to armchair doctor this, but a lot of it to me does sound like he's just in the place where he's finding his faith.
Yes, I listen. I agree. I think you're right in a lot of respects. I think when you're young, particularly when you're learning about something new, you want to share it. You want to be bold about it. You know, you want to bring other people into the faith. But yeah, and that's why I said, I mean, there's a way to do that, and there's a way to share your faith appropriately.
Yes.
And there's an appropriateness that exists if you want to do that and when you want to do that. And the thing about it is that sometimes when you're young, you don't really understand that, because even the Bible talks about doing things decently and in order. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be shouting at reporters when you're supposed to be doing a press conference. A press conference is a time for a press conference. That's not time for you to share your faith, because now you out of order. And that's why it looks crazy. And again, I'm not trying to make this a whole conversation about the Bible and faith and stewardship, but all of that comes in. And yes, I agree with you. I think that, you know, this is a part of his spiritual journey, and you know, you want to give people grace and room to have that. But there is also appropriateness and decorum, because again, I'm trying not to go too much down the road of faith, but when you're doing, you can turn people off to your faith as quickly as you want to turn them on. Yeah,
absolutely.
And that's what you don't want to do. You want to bring people under the umbrella by having a love walk, by being a living witness. That's how you do that, not by beating them over the head with your religion. You been fornicating? Did you fornicate before you? What that got to do? What does that have to do with what we talking about right now?
Because now you turn it into a stone throwing contest.
Exactly. That's judgment.
And I'll say this, because again, like nephew says, no one here is a clinical professional.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not a psychiatrist
when it comes to
psychologist.
mental health. My thoughts and my comments basically come from my own experience.
Correct.
The information about Jaden Ivey's situation that we have and have been exposed to.
Sure.
And all I'll say is I have some concerns.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
There are some ingredients here that lead down the road that nobody wants to see this young man go down.
Yeah, I agree.
Listening to some of these previous podcasts that he's had, and again, not an expert, just novice level knowledge.
Right.
But when you're talking sexual abuse, physical abuse,
Sure.
anger issues, depression,
Yeah.
thoughts of unaliving oneself, attempts to repeatedly, marital issues now allegedly.
Yep.
And now you factor in with those marital issues, probably the number one reason outside of infidelity that breaks up marriages,
Sure.
financial instability potentially
Right.
after this, pretty much this season. And you kind of factor in all of those things. I worry that if if the right people don't get a hold of him, that it may become too much for him.
Yeah, I agree.
And I know there are some instances where when you're dealing with recovery as an addict, sometimes you swap out one addiction for another.
Sure.
And that's not me disqualifying the depth of Jaden's faith or the veracity of it at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that sometimes you can put that same energy that you put in
something else,
in the carnal stuff into where you're going with your religion.
Sure.
And without, the proper anchors around you and saints around you, it can get off track. I mean, there have been some horrible things done in the name of what people in their mind thought was righteous.
Yeah, no doubt.
So that's just how my mind works, people. I'm just speaking for me, and that's my concern as I watch these continuous clips of him, and then you kind of put the things together where he says what he's been through.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I know the young man said he didn't accept him, but from a sinner, I'm praying for Jaden Ivey.
Yeah, most definitely.
And for his recovery and for his family as well.
Yeah, no doubt. Yep.
And this just goes back to what we talked about. And I don't even know if it's been a month yet. Like, at the end of the day, we just need to be there for one another.
Yeah,
Well,
no doubt. Yep.
Like, the jokes is cool and all of that.
Right. That's what exactly. We got to stop treating mental health like it's witchcraft or something.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Yeah, like, because obviously something is up.
Yeah.
And he's going through something, and he's been through a lot. I mean, just
That's
from
a
a practical standpoint. I mean, he's been through the injuries and the trade,
And that's another macro conversation that I think this is not sports related, and I ain't gonna dwell on it. But I think that's a macro conversation that the black community really needs to just like address like in a real serious way.
Yeah,
and that's this stigma of mental health and religion and how they, for some reason, can't coexist.
Yeah.
Like we in the black, we need to really, really, because I have been prescribed and have seen it prescribed to turn away from getting clinical help and trusting. You get what I'm saying? And I, and like I said, I don't want to go into that.
as if the two things are
it's
at odds with one another.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, when you got pneumonia, I'm not praying away pneumonia. Yeah. I'm going to the emergency room. Or I'm getting something with Cillin at the end of it.
I need prednisone, bro.
Steroid or something. So,
God made prednisone.
Yeah,
bro.
so that I think that conversation
pneumonia.
in our community needs to be addressed in a serious way.
Yeah, no doubt. Yep, no, man, that's good stuff, man. And again, like we wishing nothing but the best for Jaden Ivey, man. And that's a very serious situation. It gives us an opportunity to take a deeper dive into mental health and the well-being of these individuals that we talk about on the sports landscape, because they are just men and women.
As we find out.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed.
Check on your people, man, for real.